In this video, I'm going to be ranking the 11 SEO strategies you should be prioritizing going into 2027 and how you can automate them with Claude. These are the same tactics that helped us get 58,000 mentions on Google AI overviews. Hello, my name is Borja Beso, and I am the co-founder of Distribb, where we help businesses automate SEO workflows. And the tactics I'm going to show you are the same tactics that we use to build the entire Distribb SEO agent. I'm going to go from F tier all the way up to S tier, and we are going to be seeing and analyzing how Claude can actually help you automate them. Let's go really quick through them because we don't want to be wasting any time. On the F tier, we have page speed. Yeah, surprisingly, page speed. If you have to worry about page speed being an SEO ranking factor for your website, you have much bigger problems because no websites are slow nowadays. You probably have a website from a decade or more ago, and you have a terrible host. If your page speed is bad enough to be a problem with your rankings, to be generating bouncing signals high enough for Google to consider your website bad, my friend, you have a much bigger problem. So that's why I put it on F tier, because page speed is just obviously something that you need to get right immediately. If you have WordPress, if you have a coded website that AI can build for you, none of those are going to come with a page speed that is so bad that it has to become a ranking factor. This is a very old school SEO ranking factor, and that's why we put it on tier F. For anyone who wants to disagree, feel free to drop a comment and we can argue all day long why this goes in F tier. Then going into the D tier, we have meta descriptions. Yep, I know. Look, you can update your meta descriptions very fast, and Google rewrites them about 70% of the times anyways from your own website. So meta description, yeah, sure, take the 30 seconds that it takes to update them, but don't worry about it. And if you are working on Claude to update your website, this is something that it can do for you very easily, especially if you connect it to something like WordPress, Shopify, or if you are coding your own website, you probably already have Claude or Codex or whatever connected into it. It's really a trivial thing to worry about. That's why it goes on the D tier. Now, moving up to the C tier, we have schema markup. Yeah, it's okay. It's important, but you can get it done very fast. You don't have to dwell on schema being a huge ranking factor going into 2027. Again, something that you can just tell Claude to get right. You can just give it a template to build a JSON LD format for your website and spread it across your entire site. Now, moving up to B tier, onto the more important things. Now we have EAT. If you are writing content, you want to make sure that you have an author bio. Let me show you mine on Distribb's blog so that you can see what I mean. You can see that every article on my blog has my author right on top with a link to my author page where I explain what are my expertise, what's my experience, and my track record, and what are the things that I write about. Why should I be trusted as an authority on what I'm writing? And then I also link to all my social platforms so that AI can sort of guesstimate, and I say guesstimate because anyone can really fake a social media profile in that way, but guesstimate that I'm a real person and not some AI bot. And I'm thinking this is going to become very hard moving forward because there are hundreds or thousands of AI bots being created, and most people can't even tell the difference. Now, going back to our list, let's move up to the A tier. And now we have internal links, extremely underrated. If you have a good internal linking strategy, you can teach Googlebot and AI engines how to crawl your website faster and how to cluster your content. And this also ties closely to one of the strategies that we are going to put higher up the list. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but you're essentially teaching the search engines how to understand and navigate your website fastest, and you are passing SEO use to the pages that matter most by having a proper internal link strategy. I'm going to be linking to articles that teach you how to go deeper into all of the strategies that I'm talking about right here. If you go on the X article that has this entire list, you'll also see that I'm linking to other articles like this one on internal links specifically that I recommend that you read, because these are the most critical elements that you have to get right to allow AI engines and Google to actually understand your website. Moving up, let's get into backlinks. Still on A tier. Backlinks, crucial, still one of the king ranking factors. If you don't have other websites voting for you, saying that you are an authority, raising their hands and saying, hey, I recommend this website, I trust it enough to link to them, to validate a fact that I'm trying to mention on one of my articles, then you are being left behind, because it has been one of the top ranking factors and will continue to be one of the top ranking factors, because it's the social vote, it's the social currency of the internet. When one website links to another, it's essentially just telling Googlebot, hey, I trust this website enough to link to them. Go and give them some love. And if you want to automate backlinks with Claude, like I said, I would teach you, you can use one of the strategies that I have on this article about link building tactics, which include joining a link exchange. If you are a member of Distribb and you are publishing content through Distribb can automate backlinks from all the users when it's contextual and when it's relevant. When one article says something that other article barely touched, that other article will link to that article that adds more value to the conversation, which is what Google rewards. But if you're not using Distribb and you're not on a link exchange, you can just do link outreach. What I'm showing you on screen is the link outreach feature of Distribb, but you can figure out how to teach Claude to do link outreach on your behalf. And what you are doing is essentially reaching out to other websites and asking them to put a link back to your site. In a lot of cases, they are going to ask you for money, but I have done videos on many tactics that you can automate with Claude that don't necessarily require you to pay, like finding broken links and reaching out to the websites with those broken links, fixing the pages on your own website, replacing those broken pages, and then reaching out to the website owner and say, hey, I fixed this article, I published it on my article, would you mind just switching the link because you are linking to a dead page? And you are doing them a favor. In other words, that's essentially what you're doing. You are doing website owners favors, and those favors earn you those links. That's old school link outreach that still works wonderfully today. And for those of you who are Distribb users and are watching my videos, go on the link outreach feature that we released over the past few weeks. And this can be automated for you. We find those website targets for you and reach out to them. Now, going up the list back into tier S. Finally, we go into the tier S. By intent keywords. Definitely S tier, because you need to be targeting keywords that actually make you money. If you are targeting how-to keywords and DIY keywords, you're going to be getting a lot of traffic that's not necessarily interested in buying anything. So spend most of your time preparing for 2027, making sure that all the keywords that you're targeting are your money keywords, your preferred keywords, the keywords that people are using when they have their credit card on hand and that are ready to buy from you, and hopefully not your competitors. Because when people go on ChatGPT and they ask it questions about products, ChatGPT is going to surface best X listicles, which are essentially roundups of products that recommend the different services that your ideal customer is going to be researching. And you want to be on all of those listicles, and you want to be publishing listicles, even if they are self-promotional and you put them on the article, on your articles, they still work. So buying 10 keywords, S tier. Now, moving up, all of the strategies that I'm going to be showing you are S tiers, but maybe they have these varying degrees of importance. Like Parasite SEO. Parasite SEO is essentially putting your content and optimizing your content on all of the different platforms that AI likes to cite, like YouTube, Reddit, Medium, Quora, LinkedIn articles, Instagram carousels. All the different social media platforms are making their content indexable and findable by search engines because they want that attention and they want that traffic. They are encouraging you to make content on their platforms, and they want AI citing their platforms when people ask AI questions. And it's very easy, it's low effort, it's very low risk, because you can essentially create hundreds or thousands of pieces of content and put them on all of those platforms without having to jeopardize your own website. Putting thousands of articles on your site in a very short period of time is actually a risk, but putting 1,000 pieces of content across 10 different social media platforms has absolutely no risk to you, because those platforms have extremely high domain rating and trust in Google's eye, and you putting 10 articles or 10 pieces of content a day on them is not really going to be hurting you. And the way I recommend you do it with Claude is simply connect all of your social media platforms to Claude. I recommend using a skill because it has all the connectors that you will need. For example, Distribb, you could connect your social media accounts through Distribb. You're on integrations, you go on integrations, you connect all of your social media platforms, and then just go on Claude and say, hey, use Distribb to, that's how you invoke the skill, by doing /Distribb to publish to TikTok, publish to Instagram, repurpose my articles from yesterday into Medium, etc. Also, because a lot of accelerator members watch our programs, if you're wondering where we do this on your behalf, which is something that we do, by the way, we create that content and we put it on YouTube, Instagram, and all the accounts that we manage through our network, and you can find it on your dashboard. You can see the different best practices that we put in place in order to target them. For example, here's one from yesterday. It's a LinkedIn article on best AI SEO tools for real estate agents in Florida. It's a very long tail keyword, and we do dozens of those every day because we are publishing on all of those platforms that have very high domain ratings and very high trust, and they get cited by AI all the time. Now, moving back to our list, we get into digital PR, one of the best strategies for getting recommended by AI, for AI visibility. Whenever you show up on a Product Wire, Founder Journal, TechCrunch, or big media publications, that increases your chances of being recommended by AI significantly. And also, whenever you get a do follow backlink, it will also help your organic rankings on traditional Google search. And the way you can automate it with AI is by following a playbook. And I can't go into the details right now, but you can just follow a playbook, which again, I'll link to from this video, that essentially teaches Claude how to operate your browser and how to leverage Claude routines, which is one of my favorite features on Claude and Codex. They are also called schedule automations, I believe. Claude Work, all of the different AI agent have them right now, which is essentially just triggering tasks automatically every day. And then you can just teach Claude, like right here, this is my own automation to do this. It says use Distribb to find, and I say use Distribb because this entire workflow is built into the Distribb skill as an instruction, so I don't have to write a huge prompt. And it says use Distribb to find new journalist opportunities in Quoted or Harrow or Connectively or any of those marketplaces, and send them pitches to get me cited. Those marketplaces are websites where journalists go to ask for recommendations from experts so that they can cite those experts on their articles, like Quoted, Harrow, which is a very old school one that's still around, by the way. They went away, but now they're back. Harrow, Connectively, and you can make Claude operate your browser because those websites don't have APIs, but Claude can operate your browser and send the forms, send the pitches, and do the entire work for you, so you don't have to spend 4 hours hunting for journalists. Now, going back to our list, we finally get onto original research, which is essentially information gain. If you have original research, original information, unique insights on your content, that's the number one thing that you can do to have good quality content on the days of AI, because everyone is just publishing slop, and it makes it very difficult for AI to distinguish and to prioritize between all the slop that's being pushed out. So when you put original research on your articles, you're increasing your chances of getting cited significantly. And making sure that our articles have original research on them is one of the most important things that we do at Distribb for our users, because it really moves the needle the most. Saying something like, I analyze XYZ and I figure out ABC, you are actually doing some data analysis. You can give Claude information on why you're an expert, on different situations that have happened, on case studies that you have, surveys that you have from your customers, information that you have from your own business. You can say, hey, over the last 10 years, and you can type all this into Claude so that it saves it for every piece of content that you write. You say, hey, over the last 10 years, I figured out that as a roofer in Raleigh, North Carolina, I've noticed that during the months of October, blah, blah, blah. Just give it your information, something that comes from your head. Just sit down in a couple minutes, just draft a big paragraph of information that you have from your expertise, or better yet, ask Claude to interview you. Say, hey, interview me to come up with a block of information that we can reuse on all of our articles based on my original findings. That's one way to come up with original research. If you don't want to do that, you can also ask Claude to, hey, I want you to go out and analyze information that we can put in our content. For example, let's say you're doing a roundup on the best social media tools. You can analyze the sentiment behind the people leaving reviews of each of those tools and say, hey, I discovered that 40% of users are not happy with this tool because it turns out that tool has a feature that breaks and does whatever. You're analyzing the sentiment, and you are just making it easy for AI and users to understand and judge those products quickly. That's a way to come up with original insight as well. And then lastly, we have topical authority, which is, in my opinion, the most impactful thing that you can do is to cluster your content from day one, understand how your content is supposed to look like, how your entire website is supposed to be look like in front of AI and Google, because you want to teach it what you are an expert on. This is what allows you, a small site, to compete against huge websites by going deep into a topic. And the way you do it is you have your pillar content. You ask Claude, hey, I want you to come up with a topical authority strategy for my website. If you are a Distribb user, you can connect your Google Search Console and you can connect your own website so that Claude can actually pull all of your pages and understand, oh, I see what you're about. I see what your money pages are. Let's make sure that we have pillar content and supporting articles linking to that pillar content, and then your pillar content linking to your money pages. And that way you pass that map of internal linking and topical authority back to the AI engines that are crawling your website in traditional Google bot. And if you are a Distribb user, again, this is how it looks like on your account. You can see how Distribb analyzes and understands your website to build a topical authority map, a topical authority brain that you can then reuse with Claude. And the reason you can reuse it with Claude is because Distribb is also a skill that you can invoke on Claude, like I said earlier. Or you can use it as a connector, MCP. You can just go on Claude, settings, connectors, which is here on general connectors, add a connector, browse connectors, and if you go on SEO automation, there's Distribb right there. Okay, just click it, you can connect it, and you have your Distribb account connected to Claude without having to install the skill, which is essentially the same thing. You can just tell Claude, hey, help me install the Distribb skill, and just give it the Distribb URL. It will crawl Distribb, understand how you install the skill, and do it for you. The reason there's connectors and plugins is just because Claude and ChatGPT are trying to figure out what people find it more useful, but the AI agent can install it in any way that it wants. And with that, my friends, we conclude our list of strategies ranked for your 2027 SEO priorities. Thank you so much for watching this. Here's a screenshot of the summary image of the list that we just went over. Let me know what you thought. Let me know where you think I was wrong. I got it wrong. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.